Hey guys, we are looking at a shave with a couple of special things. The brush is the brush that I won at the Lather Games this year. It's a That Darn Rob handle, beautiful, and a B4 declaration knot, which is awesome. And he's been soaking for a few minutes. The blade is Astra Superior Platinum, and as you can see, it only has one use with that little dot there. And the reason I chose that blade is because I haven't tried that blade on this razor yet. This is this is a custom handle, titanium handle from RUS Drunk Bear, an eBay maker. I think he had to shut down because of COVID. All right, sorry for the interruption there. RUS Drunk Bear, I believe, COVID has maybe shut down his production a little bit last time I checked. But he makes some pretty good handles, some interesting designs, that's for sure. And I think reasonable prices for a titanium handle. The head is really what's in question here, and it's the Razorock Game Changer. And this is the open comb version. And it's the 68 gap. The solid bar 68 was too mild for me. I found that most of the blades I tried in it just didn't work very well. There were a few that did, but I've just got so many razors that I can enjoy with a broad spectrum of blades that I passed it on to somebody else. Well, the open combs in general with the same model razor head will give you a little bit more aggression than this solid bar versions. And so that is what I've been experiencing with this guy so far. This is a generous loan from Gape, I believe, a viewer. And he let me try some TFS soaps, Chong Feng Sing soaps as well, and this razor plate. And so I've been, well, let's put it through another experience, another use. I had to put it on pause for a while because I got it during, I think, during June, and that's the Lather Games competition. And then I was able to use it in July, but then in August I had to use my certain set of gears. So I'm going to be using this in the future here to see if the 68 gap with an open comb has enough aggression and is steps away from the super mild side toward the mild would be great. And so let's try a popular blade with it today. The Astra SP does a great job with so many razors. A lot of guys like it. The something else special that's today is the APR and Southern Witchcrafts combined together to make Grapefruit. And the reason I'm bringing this one up today is because I just saw the announcement online yesterday, maybe. Stephen from Southern Witchcrafts said that he would be doing another run of this, and he thinks it's going to be the last one. If you like grapefruit in your soaps, then it might be a good idea to keep an eye out for this one. APR did the scent, and the soap base is from Stephen or Courtney at Dogwood Handcrafts. And it's tremendous. The soap base is excellent. Last couple days, within the last week or two, actually, I've done some samples from Southern Witchcrafts, and you can just see me rave about the soap base. It's an excellent soap base, even, across all the boards, not just when you look at vegan soaps only, which is what this is. All right, so let's get into it. So, and in 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks is what Steven said about when this soap is going to become available again. And he said it would be available at a bunch of different retailers like Top of the Chain, Maggards, those kind of things, as well as, of course, their own site. Now, immediately when I take that cap off, I get the grapefruit scent. Just terrific. You can look at the description below the video for the notes. I'm sure I will paste those in there for you to see what else is a part of this. Right now, I'm mainly smelling the grapefruit, which is fine. After, if I really detect a lingering scent of the grapefruit, then I'll probably just skip the post shave, but if it doesn't hang around too long, I'll probably use this today, Stirling Triumph. I just had it on hand and I really like it, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, let me get my face, nope, let's load up the blade while my hands are dry and dealing with this little paper sleeve here. And here's what the blade looks like. Astra Superior Platinum. Man, I miss being able to hold things up for you to get real close and have it focus properly. My old camera used to do that. I need to figure out a way I can easily like snap some pictures and maybe not include them with the video, but maybe put them down in the comments as an album link or something like that. So here is the cap. Now you'll notice that with this base plate and top cap, we're offsetting things a little bit from a traditional three-piece setup. Normally the pegs come out of the top cap, and so it's easy to just lay the blade in there. Here the pegs are coming out of the base plate, and I think that's a fine design. It sure makes things slimmer when you're looking at the assembled razor. Everything's very compact and elegant. And so some people, you can choose to put the blade on the pegs on the base plate like that and try to assemble it, but I usually find that things kind of come apart. Sometimes it goes well, but sometimes it doesn't. But I just put the blade on there in general, and then put the base plate and just give it a wiggle, and it usually centers up pretty nicely in the posts. And this is a pretty good tolerance razor where it locks down nicely and the blade is always in alignment. You splash my water face, and we will start loading up the brush with the soap. I did remember to look at my past experiences with this soap, and I saw that 25 seconds of loading gave me 6 passes of lather, but it was really a really stiff bore brush. Now 6 passes is too many, but it's not bad. It's not a big waste of soap, since it just doesn't take very much lather to do that, very much soap. And so this is not as stiff. This is a much softer brush. So why don't we try the 25 seconds and see what happens. It might not pick up quite as much soap as the very stiff bore. All right, well, 45 rolled around right there, so that means we will go to the 10 mark on the next minute. This knot holds a lot of water, and so it did kind of get bubbly and wet pretty quickly here. I'm actually going to go to the 11 mark since I started kind of more along the 46 mark there. There we go. Rinse off the sides of the tub. And start working it up. It's looking good. 2 teaspoons. Now this lather is looking pretty wet. So let's just, instead of keeping on with the water, let's just mix it on for another minute or so. Could be that this brush did not pick up as much soap as I intended. But it looks like it might be enough anyway. But that'll be very interesting to see the same load time on a really soft brush, how it really compares to a stiff brush. It looks like it's in. So see, here's a good first lather right here, and then I think I have at least 2 more passes in here, so I think we're fine. And something that can sometimes impede your brush's ability to pick up soap is water in your brush. If you have too much water in your brush, then you may need to load longer. I've definitely observed that with some soaps. Too much water can get in the way. But if it's too dry, sometimes that can, there are some soaps that need you to have some water on your brush. If you're working on the loading the soap and it feels really pasty and your brush is kind of lagging through the soap, then sprinkle a few drops of water in there, half a teaspoon maybe, 1/4 teaspoon, and see if that doesn't change things and feel better and pick up that soap. Well, yeah, I think we've got a good looking lather here, so, oh yeah, that's a good scent. Splash my face. All right, so yeah, just 2 teaspoons of water. How about that? That's weird. All right, and now we can come back up for the shave. Now these really dense badgers do this quite a bit. You know, I'm not, we're not seeing a lot of soap on my face because they're so dense with hair that they empty out that center core, and then you're not really pushing very much lather around on your face. And so grab that side lather. You kind of have to make the effort to circulate the lather around on your brush as you're using it. I know in the beginning when I saw that happen, I thought I was doing something wrong. Maybe I didn't mix up my lather very well. And that's why some people don't prefer the dense brushes. You can fit a lot more lather in a regular density brush instead of these high density that have kind of gained in popularity over the last several years. Face is feeling really good, nice and slick. So let's go with it. Yeah, just the other day, what was it? I used a Macedo silver tip, and that's kind of an average density brush, and Definitely didn't have a problem. Lather moves around through it much easier. You definitely don't get it emptied out, and quite that same feel. All right, Astra Platinum with the 68 open comb. Let's see what kind of shave we get. Well, that's very nice. Easily slicing through the hair, almost smooth. And with the mild, when you're evaluating a razor, and it's either going to be too mild or it's going to be, you know, kind of perfect mild for you. Sometimes the feel is similar, but what you end up with is the result is what's different. If it's too mild, then you're not going to have a good result. It may be very comfortable, but that's because it's not really doing a whole lot of cutting. Now I can feel the blade edge, and so it seems like it's doing a nice job at cutting. But we'll see at the end of the shave, right? Now I could use this any time of the day. You know, I'm mostly a night shaver, but this scent is especially suited for a daytime morning shaver, since it's just so zesty and upbeat. Left a little bit too much water on my face, and so it's kind of wetting up my lather a little bit, so I can add a bit more. Just like the feel of this brush. I don't have to work it this much at this point, but I just like the feel of it. And yeah, we've got plenty of lather to do the job. I guess I'm so used to overloading. So used to ending up with 6 or 7 passes of lather. Now this is a smooth shave. Very nice glide. There's not really any drag with the razor. When the lather is dripping off your razor when you're using it, that is a wet lather. Maybe I shouldn't have left quite so much water on my face after the rinse. Speaking of rinses, let's do another one. And third pass. Plenty of lather. So 25 seconds was, yeah, I think this is perfect. You know, I could probably squeeze 2 passes out of that. But that's a nice margin at the end, just in case I botched a pass and had to do an extra one. I actually kind of tamped my face dry after that last rinse just to get the lather to be a little bit more creamy. But I think this is just a perfect ratio for me and how I like my lathers. It's still creamy. Let's see, let's feel. Let's get some feels going on here. Very slick, and a nice slick feel. It's a very maybe light oily, light soapy kind of slickness. It's not watery. If I pass my thumb over my fingers, and then I go back, that same slickness is there the second time. And that sometimes doesn't happen with some soaps. It's almost like it pushes the lather away, and then it doesn't really connect with your fingers very well. But this one does, and it's this is wet, perfectly wet. It's doing a great job. You could go creamier if you wanted, you know, thicker, a little bit less water, but I like a really hydrated lather, and this is just right for me. I'm still feeling the blade edge just a little bit, so I believe we're getting a very nice shave. And then I can hit that area one more time with my reserve lather, cleverly stored in my goatee. And there we go. No irritation, definitely no cuts. Really good. Man, I could definitely use that soap a lot. So how about that? A 25-second load. I shook a lot of the water out of the brush, but there was still a good bit left in it because it's just kind of a big brush, and relatively speaking, and it's dense, and so it holds a lot of water. And so all I did have to add was the 2 teaspoons. I refilled it for a second run, but I didn't need to use any of this. So that's just 2 teaspoons for a 25-second load, and just kind of the perfect amount of lather for me. The feeling on the rinses as I was just tremendous, just a residential slickness, felt luxurious, really nice, really nice. I don't think I'd say this soap is very drying at all, so that's good for some of folks out there. Excellent, excellent. Now the scent's not lingering around too much, at least to my nose right now. So let's go ahead and try the Triumph, and wonder if it'll conflict with the scent. But if the scent's not too strong, it's probably not going to have a problem with it, right? And Stirling sends these out when you do like a Black Friday order of a seasonal type scent, you know. Sometimes Stirling generates a little bit of irritation with me if I use it right after a shave, so we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe concentrated alcohol or a higher concentrate of alcohol, or the scent oils perhaps. That's a good scent. I like that. And I felt like this scent could be pretty compatible with the Grapefruit, and I think I'm right. I think it works well. Yeah, sure enough, guys, this is a great match. A great combination of blade and razor. A lot of comfort, still just a hair of blade feel, but that's okay. It's very minimal, and it's really nice. So another win for this razor. And it's a good win for this razor head because this is such a popular blade. It's inexpensive as well, and to get a nice close cut with a good cost is an extra special thing, instead of having to only use feather blades or some other expensive blade to get a nice cut. So that's pretty cool. So I don't have any affiliation with Southern Witchcrafts, but I have met Stephen and Courtney, and they're great folks. They're in Georgia, I think close to Atlanta, and they make a really quality product. The scents are really creative. I love the scent strength that they usually bring to their soaps. A lot of soaps are more on the mild side. And now with this new base that they've got, I guess it's not so new. I guess it started in 2018, I believe. Just a tremendous soap base. So if you're interested in the Grapefruit, just a reminder, in about 2 weeks, today is the middle of September, and so I guess maybe the beginning of October roughly is when it'll go on sale. Check out their website. I believe it's southernwitchcrafts.com if you're interested, because it could sell out really quickly. And if you make sure you get that start date in your mind if you're interested, to make sure you try to get on there, because it did sell out pretty quick the first run, and it might do the same again. Wouldn't be surprised at all. All right, so that's why I wanted to bring this soap out to you, just to inform folks. And yeah, let's smell it again. Mostly it's the grapefruit, and there's a little bit of a floral note in there, something a little earthy. So I think it's got some nice nuance to it. It's very grapefruit, but it's got some other things in there to help you to not quite feel so so locked into the grapefruit scent, and I think it's tremendous. I guess what I'm trying to say is a soap that only has grapefruit scent may smell great, may smell nice with the grapefruit, but you this one has a little bit other things to give it some interest, and I like that. All right, I'm cleaning up. All right, we're good, guys. Good shave. Really happy with it. So we found another blade that the Open Comb 68 Razorock Game Changer base plate was good with. A great match. Great match. I'm really happy. Really happy with the closeness. Good job. And comfort, of course, as you could tell during the shave, was excellent. I love the way it holds the blade securely as well, so I'm not going to hear as much audio as with some other razors like the DE89 types. And it just gives a consistent, firm feel. All right, well, hey, I hope this has been good for you guys. Gabe, thanks so much for loaning me this base plate. I really enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be using it in the upcoming days and weeks before I send it back to you. I really appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. I hope there was something good in here for you. Take care. Have a good day.